Off Highway 21, Ada County Sheriff's deputies have shut down the highway, and BLM and Boise fire crews are on scene as we speak.
The fire began around mile marker 14 and has now consumed at least 2 structures and is threatening others. It's at 1,000 acres plus. Let's go live to Denny Hawkins with the latest. Denny.
Yeah, Brent, from my vantage point, I am on Highway 21. This is about as close as I can get before I lose cell service. Able to give you a wide view here. Of course, this plume of smoke, very hard to ignore. I'm going to step out of the way. From what I can tell, it just seems to have gotten wider, obviously drifting with the wind, but this has absolutely exploded since the first crews went up there just before 1:30 this afternoon. So again, 2.5 hours. This fire has gone from 2 acres to over 1,000, and crews tell us it is still growing. Let's show you some video from the scene earlier this afternoon. We're told this is the mile marker 14 fire. It's burning on both sides of the highway. Highway 21, of course, is closed from Lucky Peak Dam Road to Roby Creek Road. We're told no time estimate as far as when that road will be reopened because the fire is burning close to the highway. BLM is also asking residents to stay away from Rocky Canyon Road. They're saying the fire could move in that direction as well. As you mentioned, Brent, Natalie, 2 structures have been destroyed. It's unclear at this point if there are more threatened. BLM crews, though, have ordered more resources. They've ordered more heavy air tankers as well. We've seen them off in the distance doing these airdrops on the fire. I've also seen flames cresting over this ridge at point. We've seen fire retardant drops from here. So really is a good vantage point. Just kind of gives you the scope of everything. We do not have an idea as far as what started this fire. Investigators also still even trying to figure out which side of the highway this fire started on. And of course, we'll be looking for more information on scene, and I will bring you the latest coming up on KBOI 2 News at 5:30. Brent, Natalie, back to you in the studio.
Again, we continue this team coverage of the Highway 21 fire that is burning right over the Treasure Valley. You can't miss it if you take a look at the area. Let's go now to Jeff Platt, who also continues this coverage. Jeff.
Now, Natalie, around 2 o'clock when we first heard about this, it was just a little puff of smoke coming right over the crest of that hill, but you can see now that has changed. It is now huge. It's blocking out most of the sky. Even if you look up towards the sky, there's actually a cloud behind that smoke, and we cannot see it anymore because it has just gotten so big and so thick and so high, we cannot see it. And one woman who was watching as this grew tells us how quickly and how large she watched it get.
We came out and we looked up and saw smoke, and in a matter of just a few seconds, it blew up really fast.
Now, as I said, the smoke is very thick. It's actually so thick that we're watching the airplanes go in and out trying to put the fire out, and we're losing track of them. Now, we're not the only people watching this. We're at one of the outlooks on Federal Way. See a couple of other people here. I've been to the other outlooks, and people are watching there too. And one of the reasons why is just take a look right here. You see where Table Rock was burned, right where you see this smoke coming up, and people are very concerned that that fire is going to just come and crest right over that ledge and spill straight into Boise. Now, with the way the winds carry and the way they change, that is a possibility, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully firefighters can get it managed and contained before that happens. For now, live from Boise, Jeff Platt, KBOI 2 News.
Now, as Jeff just mentioned, this fire does seem to be moving in a westerly direction. At least that's what BLM is telling us, that it is coming up the ridge to the west. Even though the winds down here in the valley may seem to be blowing in different directions, whatever's steering this fire is pushing it towards to the north of Boise.
And we have to keep an eye on this because fire, as it goes up a hill, will in fact increase in speed. And we could even see it from our television studios billowing toward the direction that we were looking. So it's very concerning. The hot, dry weather certainly has played a role in this fire. The lack of humidity, one of the greatest concerns for fire crews.
Yeah, here's Roland.